Life is a journey full of ups and downs. Sometimes we feel strong and confident. Other times we feel weak and insecure. How can we overcome our habits that make us weak and live a more fulfilling and resilient life? In this video, we will explore the answer from the perspective of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to master ourselves and our emotions. Stoicism is a school of philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and was later developed by the Romans. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing we can truly control is our own mind, and that we should focus on cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Stoicism also teaches us that we should accept life's challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, and that we should not let external events or opinions disturb our inner peace. Stoicism is not a rigid or dogmatic system of rules, but rather a practical and rational way of living that can help us navigate the complexities and uncertainties of modern life. Stoicism can help us overcome our habits that make us weak, such as procrastination, negative self-talk, avoiding challenges, excessive materialism, seeking external validation, inability to cope with negative emotions, dwelling on past mistakes, and ignoring the well-being of others. By applying Stoic principles, we can outsmart everybody else, not by being smarter or more talented, but by being more virtuous and more resilient. In this video, we will explore 10 Stoic keys that can help us overcome our habits that make us weak and transform ourselves into stronger and happier individuals. These keys are based on the teachings of some of the most influential Stoic philosophers, such as Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and others. Let's begin. 1. Procrastination. Procrastination is the habit of delaying or avoiding important tasks that we know we should do. Procrastination makes us weak because it wastes our time, energy, and potential. Procrastination also makes us feel guilty, anxious, and stressed. How can we overcome procrastination with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to live in the present moment. As Seneca said, "The present is the only thing that can be possessed. Everything else is beyond our reach." Instead of worrying about the past or the future, we should focus on what we can do right now. We should also remember that life is short and unpredictable, and that we should not postpone our duties or our happiness. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Some practical advice on overcoming procrastination with Stoicism are: break down your tasks into smaller and manageable steps. Set yourself deadlines and rewards for completing your tasks. Remind yourself of the benefits and consequences of your actions. Use positive affirmations and visualizations to motivate yourself. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you stay accountable. 2. Negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is the habit of criticizing or belittling ourselves with harsh or unrealistic judgments. Negative self-talk makes us weak because it lowers our self-esteem, confidence, and motivation. Negative self-talk also makes us feel depressed, anxious, and hopeless. How can we overcome negative self-talk with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to use reason and logic to challenge our negative thoughts. As Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things but by the views which they take of them." Instead of accepting our negative thoughts as facts, we should examine them and question their validity. We should also replace them with more positive and realistic thoughts that reflect our true value and potential. Some practical advice on overcoming negative self-talk with Stoicism are: identify and write down your negative thoughts and their triggers. Evaluate and reframe your negative thoughts with evidence and logic. Use positive affirmations and gratitude to boost your self-esteem and optimism. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you see yourself more objectively and constructively. Practice self-compassion and forgiveness for your mistakes and flaws. 3. Avoiding challenges. Avoiding challenges is the habit of shying away from difficult or uncomfortable situations that require us to grow or change. Avoiding challenges makes us weak because it limits our learning, development, and achievement. Avoiding challenges also makes us feel bored, stagnant, and dissatisfied. How can we overcome avoiding challenges with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. As Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Instead of fearing or avoiding challenges, We should welcome them and see them as tests of our character and abilities. We should also remember that challenges are inevitable and unavoidable, and that we should not let them disturb our inner peace. Some practical advice on overcoming avoiding challenges with Stoicism are: set yourself challenging but realistic goals that align with your values and passions. Break down your goals into smaller and manageable steps, and track your progress. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you overcome your obstacles and celebrate your achievements. Learn from your failures and mistakes and use them as motivation to improve. Practice mindfulness and meditation to cope with stress and anxiety. 4. Excessive materialism. Excessive materialism is the habit of attaching too much importance or value to material possessions or wealth. Excessive materialism makes us weak because it distracts us from what truly matters in life, such as our virtues, relationships, and happiness. Excessive materialism also makes us feel greedy, envious, and insecure. How can we overcome excessive materialism with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to practice detachment and moderation. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Instead of chasing after more and more material things, we should be content with what we have and appreciate their true worth. We should also remember that material things are external and impermanent, and that we should not let them control our emotions or happiness. Some practical advice on overcoming excessive materialism with Stoicism are: identify and write down your material wants and their reasons. Evaluate and reframe your material wants with your values and priorities. Use gratitude and generosity to appreciate what you have and share what you can. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you live more simply and meaningfully. Practice minimalism and decluttering to reduce your material clutter and stress. 5. Seeking external validation. Seeking external validation is the habit of relying on other people's opinions or approval to measure our self-worth or happiness. Seeking external validation makes us weak because it makes us dependent on others and vulnerable to their criticism or rejection. Seeking external validation also makes us feel insecure, anxious, and unhappy. How can we overcome seeking external validation with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to practice self-reliance and autonomy. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Instead of seeking external validation, we should validate ourselves and trust our own judgment. We should also remember that other people's opinions are external and subjective, and that we should not let them affect our inner peace or happiness. Some practical advice on overcoming seeking external validation with Stoicism are: identify and write down your sources of external validation and their triggers. Evaluate and reframe your sources of external validation with your values and goals. Use positive affirmations and gratitude to boost your self-esteem and happiness. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you grow and improve, not from those who judge or manipulate you. Practice self-care and self-love to nurture your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. 6. Inability to cope with negative emotions. Inability to cope with negative emotions is the habit of suppressing, avoiding, or overreacting to unpleasant feelings such as anger, sadness, fear, or guilt. Inability to cope with negative emotions makes us weak because it impairs our mental health, decision-making, and relationships. Inability to cope with negative emotions also makes us feel overwhelmed, hopeless, and miserable. How can we overcome inability to cope with negative emotions with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to practice emotional intelligence and regulation. As Seneca said, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Instead of suppressing, avoiding, or overreacting to negative emotions, we should acknowledge, understand, and express them in healthy ways. We should also remember that negative emotions are natural and inevitable, and that we should not let them dominate or define us. Some practical advice on overcoming inability to cope with negative emotions with Stoicism are: identify and write down your negative emotions and their causes. Evaluate and reframe your negative emotions with reason and logic. Use coping strategies such as breathing, relaxation, distraction, or problem solving to manage your negative emotions. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you cope with your negative emotions and offer you comfort and guidance. Practice mindfulness and meditation to cultivate awareness and acceptance of your negative emotions. 7. Dwelling on past mistakes. Dwelling on past mistakes is the habit of ruminating or regretting over things that we did or did not do in the past. Dwelling on past mistakes makes us weak because it prevents us from moving on, learning, and growing. Dwelling on past mistakes also makes us feel guilty, ashamed, and unhappy. How can we overcome dwelling on past mistakes with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to practice forgiveness and acceptance. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." Instead of dwelling on past mistakes, we should learn from them and move on. We should also remember that the past is gone and cannot be changed, and that we should not let it affect our present or future. Some practical advice on overcoming dwelling on past mistakes with Stoicism are: identify and write down your past mistakes and their consequences. Evaluate and reframe your past mistakes with compassion and perspective. Use coping strategies such as apology, restitution, or reconciliation to make amends for your past mistakes. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you forgive yourself and others for your past mistakes. Practice mindfulness and meditation to cultivate awareness and acceptance of your past mistakes. 8. Ignoring the well-being of others. Ignoring the well-being of others is the habit of neglecting or harming the interests or needs of other people, especially those who are close to us or depend on us. Ignoring the well-being of others makes us weak because it isolates us from our social and moral support and damages our reputation and trust. Ignoring the well-being of others also makes us feel selfish, indifferent, and unhappy. How can we overcome ignoring the well-being of others with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to practice kindness and benevolence. As Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness." Instead of ignoring the well-being of others, we should care for them and help them whenever we can. We should also remember that we are all part of a larger community and a common humanity, and that we should not let our differences or conflicts divide us. Some practical advice on overcoming ignoring the well-being of others with Stoicism are: identify and write down the people who are important to you and their needs. Evaluate and reframe your attitude and behavior towards them with empathy and respect. Use coping strategies such as communication, compromise, or collaboration to resolve any issues or conflicts with them. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you improve your relationships and social skills. Practice altruism and volunteerism to contribute to the well-being of others and society. 9. Lack of self-discipline. Lack of self-discipline is the habit of failing to follow through with our plans, goals, or commitments due to laziness, distraction, or temptation. Lack of self-discipline makes us weak because it prevents us from achieving our potential, fulfilling our purpose, or living our values. Lack of self-discipline also makes us feel frustrated, disappointed, and unhappy. How can we overcome lack of self-discipline with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to practice self-control and consistency. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Instead of succumbing to our impulses, desires, or fears, we should exercise our willpower and stick to our plans, goals, or commitments. We should also remember that self-discipline is a habit that can be cultivated and strengthened with practice and repetition. Some practical advice on overcoming lack of self-discipline with Stoicism are: identify and write down your plans, goals, or commitments and their reasons. Evaluate and reframe your plans, goals, or commitments with your values and priorities. Use coping strategies such as reminders, routines, or rewards to maintain your focus and motivation. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you stay on track and accountable. Practice habit formation and habit tracking to monitor and improve your self-discipline. 10. Lack of curiosity. Lack of curiosity is the habit of being uninterested or indifferent to new ideas, experiences, or perspectives. Lack of curiosity makes us weak because it limits our knowledge, understanding, and creativity. Lack of curiosity also makes us feel bored, closed-minded, and unhappy. How can we overcome lack of curiosity with Stoicism? One Stoic principle that can help us is to practice curiosity and openness. As Seneca said, "The mind that is untroubled and tranquil has the power to roam into all the parts of its life." Instead of being uncurious or indifferent, We should be curious and open to new ideas, experiences, or perspectives. We should also remember that curiosity is a natural and essential human trait, and that we should not let our biases or prejudices hinder it. Some practical advice on overcoming lack of curiosity with Stoicism are: identify and write down your areas of interest and curiosity and their sources. Evaluate and reframe your areas of interest and curiosity with your values and goals. Use coping strategies such as reading, watching, or listening to expand your knowledge and understanding. Seek feedback and support from others who can help you explore new ideas, experiences, or perspectives. Practice lifelong learning and continuous improvement to enhance your curiosity and creativity. In this video, we have explored 10 Stoic keys that can help us overcome our habits that make us weak and transform ourselves into stronger and happier individuals. These keys are: overcome procrastination with living in the present moment. Overcome negative self-talk with using reason and logic. Overcome avoiding challenges with embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Overcome excessive materialism with practicing detachment and moderation. Overcome seeking external validation with practicing self-reliance and autonomy. Overcome inability to cope with negative emotions with practicing emotional intelligence and regulation. Overcome dwelling on past mistakes with practicing forgiveness and acceptance. Overcome ignoring the well-being of others with practicing kindness and benevolence. Overcome lack of self-discipline with practicing self-control and consistency. Overcome lack of curiosity with practicing curiosity and openness. These keys are based on the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to master ourselves and our emotions. By applying Stoic principles, we can outsmart everybody else, not by being smarter or more talented, but by being more virtuous and more resilient. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable from it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We would also love to hear your thoughts and feedback in the comment section below. We want to thank you for watching this video and for being part of our community. We hope you will continue to follow us and learn more about Stoicism and personal development. Remember, change is not easy, but it is possible. It takes time and effort, but it is worth it. You have the power to overcome your habits that make you weak and become the best version of yourself. You just need to apply the Stoic keys that we have shared with you today. We believe in you and we are here to support you. Stay strong, stay stoic, and stay happy. Before you go, please leave us a comment and let us know what you think of this video. Which Stoic key resonated with you the most? Which habit do you struggle with the most? How do you plan to overcome it with Stoicism? We would love to hear from you and learn from your experiences. Also, if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. This will help us reach more people and spread the message of Stoicism. Finally, if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload a new video. We post new videos every week, so don't miss out on the opportunity to learn more about Stoicism and personal development. Thank you again for watching this video and for being part of our community. We hope you have a great day and a great life. We hope to see you again soon. Until then, keep calm and stoic on.